Jaya Shri Radharaman, thank you very much for accepting this
Jai Radhe.
interview, and I'm very pleased, and I am sure that everyone who will watch this video will be very pleased to see you and to hear your words, instructions, knowledge about the Gaudiya philosophy. What we can see, for example, that the line of Radharaman, Parivar and the family, how is coming down till now, like what have been all this process from the last 500 years ago. Can be interesting to know a little bit more about it.
As far as I have heard from various Gaudiya Acharyas, that in the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami was completely accepted by every community as an Acharya. And Acharya have a job to establish the philosophy of the sampradaya and give the rules and regulations as well. So Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had never written any scriptures, but after him or by his instructions, Rup Goswami and Sanatan Goswami had appointed Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami as the next Gaudiya Acharya of Gaudiya Sampradaya. That's why if you go to Radharaman, even on the boards or even in all the scriptures, it's been patta bhishit. Patta means like a seat. And the one who's been appointed by all the acharyas, all the Goswamis of Vrindavan, as the next guru of after Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he then had written a Bhagavad Sandarbha, which was later edited by Shri Jeev Goswami and divided into the 6 Sandarbhas, as well as then he gave Hari Bhakti Vilas, all the rules and regulations to all the Vaishnavas. So that was the job of, as a guru, appointed guru, to give directions to the Vaishnavas, philosophical as well as, how you can conduct and what Krishna likes and dislikes. Even it is a flower, which flower does he likes and he doesn't like, is all mentioned in Hari Bhakti Vilas. So Rup Goswami was our Siksha Guru, but Diksha Guru on that time was Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami. And Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami wanted, as it is mentioned in the Anurag Valli, that he was appointed to preach also. And so he wanted preachers. So Srinivasacharya Parampara from our Gopal Bhatt Goswami Parampara is one of that Parampara where he had sent Srinivasacharya to preach in the West Bengal on the East India side. And on this side of India, his second disciple, Shri Damodar Das Goswami, he was appointed as the next guru, and he had given the rules in there that keep the bloodline pure and worship Radharaman, study scriptures and preach everywhere, wherever you can. And this is what, as far as I hear from different Goswamis, from the all different temples, from all different sampradayas, that the only temple at present or last 500 years is the Radharaman Temple, who have all the learned acharyas, scholar acharyas, preaching everywhere in the world, taking the message ahead, following the orders of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami, to preach and to serve and to maintain the standard. So I can say that in last 500 years, we all as a Goswami family are living our life from the day one to please Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami. We study for Mahaprabhu, we serve to Gopal because of Gopal Bhatt Goswami to make him happy by our services. From the day one, we have been altered in that way, we have been mastered in that way to make Radharaman happy and Mahaprabhu happy.
One moment you mentioned, this is a part that not many, at least in Western world, knows, that Hari Bhakti Vilas a review by Sanatan Goswami, but the work behind. Can you explain a little bit more about this?
I seriously have sometimes I actually laughed on it because, see, it's 100% work of Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami. Even in the Hari Bhakti Vilas also, it starts with, but the commentary of Hari Bhakti Vilas, there is two theories which come. The first theory is that the commentary is written by Shri Sanatan Goswami. But 100 years ago, Sarbham Shri Madhusudan Goswami, he wrote a very detailed research paper in Bengali that Shri Sanatan Goswami did not write the commentary of Hari Bhakti Vilas. It was Gopinath Das Goswami, who was the disciple of Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami, who wrote the commentary of Hari Bhakti Vilas. And he produced that paper in one of the magazines which used to be published in Navaddeep on that time. I'm just missing the name right now. It's just slipping out, but I can give you the reference of that as well. So it's more of a research work for people. But Sanatan Goswami never wrote Hari Bhakti Vilas. That's 100% truth. Because even the first verse, second verse, different verses, it's everywhere is all mentioned that it was written by Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami.
As far as I was investigating about this topic, I get to the point that Gopal Bhatt Goswami was kind of helping Sanatan Goswami, but I didn't knew that it's his work entirely.
100% it is. Wow. I never have found like an evidence as such if he was helping. Obviously 6 Goswamis were helping each other. That cannot be ignored, right? Because I always talk about the trouble which they had faced. Like they were not living in the houses or in any buildings, right? Just imagine they were just living under the trees. How were they preserving any manuscripts? Where were they writing all those manuscripts? How were they really cutting the barks of the trees, making the ink, talking with each other, giving kathas to each other, giving their parikramas and everything? Obviously, they were helping each other to serve Mahaprabhu. So if we just say Sanatan Goswami have helped, so until or unless it is really mentioned in the main scriptures, mainstream scriptures, it's been always accepted. If 200 years back, 100 years ago, someone just comes up and just says something, it cannot be accepted as the complete truth. As far as the research goes, you only can accept the documents which are from that era only. So as far as I understand, I have never read or studied that, but if there is that evidence that it was Shri Sanatan Goswami's works, for me it's most respectful still, because it's from the gopis, it's from the manjaris only. And for me, there is no difference. All are expert in everything. Those gopis, those manjaris are expert in every art, in every siddhanta, in every scripture. So either it was written by Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami or by Sanatan Goswami or by Haridas Swami or by Nimbarkacharya, it is still respectable for me. But yes, what I read in the Hari Bhakti Vilas is it was actually written by Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami.
Reading about the Hari Bhakti Vilas, I want to go a little bit more deeper on this topic. I don't find mention on Mahamantra, but I found mention on different mantras, Vishnu mantras mainly. What will be in your vision, what will be the meaning of that Mahamantra not explained, but other mantras as Nisinga mantra, Vishnu mantras are there? What is the explanation of it?
See, when a Sampradaya Acharya is writing work, then to write any kind of a scripture, you have to think about adhikari, right? There is a abhidhe and sambandh and all, right? So the fourth one is adhikari. Who is adhikari of that scripture? So either you completely just be focused on Vrindavan devotees, that I will only speak about Krishna of Vrindavan, Radharani, and that's it. But as you are trying to accommodate every different type of a Krishna avatar, Krishna devotee, as a Vaishnav, the entire Vaishnav world in Gaudiya, then you have to think about Adhikari. Okay, I actually want all kind of a Vaishnavas in my Sampradaya. So by thinking about that Adhikari, then you come up and you speak about, okay, my research work, my papers, my books, my scripture would be helpful if there is any Narsinga devotee, Ram devotee, Narayan devotee, if they want any kind of a ritual to be done, because it's a ritualistic book. There are many rituals which are mentioned in there also. But 17th Vilas, when it comes, like Gopal Bhatt Goswami went everywhere. But he was focused on mainly on Vaishnavas and how to please Krishna in a very correct way. Which fasting to do, what kind of offerings has to be done, what kind of a mantras to be spoken or chanted while doing any of the offering. And then on the 17th of Vilas he comes and he dedicate an entire Vilas for Purascharan. Ashtadasakshar Purascharan, or you want to do Kama Gayatri. You have to follow that. No other mantra. Like he takes you everywhere, but at the end he takes you back to Gaudiya. It's like, no, at the end you have to, awaken your mantra. And this is how you have to awaken it. And that's the beauty of it. But I understand that there are many people who have come up and say, oh, but Hari Bhakti Vilas talks about Narayan. Yes, because writer is thinking about all the Adhikari that in the Sampradaya, I want to accommodate all different types of devotees. And then maybe by Mahaprabhu's blessings, some will turn into a Vrindavan Krishna devotees. But I want to accommodate because it's a Sampradaya, it's a school. Every type of a teaching is there already, So this is my understanding, and I can be 100% wrong on this. But I feel it 100% that as a guru, you need to understand that who you are actually accommodating in the Sampradaya. So as a Gaudiya Acharya, Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami tried to accommodate all different types of Vaishnavas.
So in this term, Hari Bhakti Vilas will be like a book for all Vaishnava Sampradayas, Parivars.
Yes.
No exclusive.
And interestingly, I have seen even in the Nimbark or some other Sampradayas, they have taken Hari Bhakti Vilas as the main scripture, and they have made their own copies of summarized Hari Bhakti Vilasa, Sanchipta Hari Bhakti Vilasa. If you go to the bookstore, you can find it, and it's published in by them, by different Sampradaya Acharya. So it's a great work for all different Vaishnavas, no matter from which background they are from. It's been accepted without any doubt. Like there are two scriptures which I always hear from the different Sampradayas. Bhakti Rasamra Sindhu. If any Acharya from any Sampradaya is speaking about Bhakti, they somehow take the reference from Bhakti Rasamra Sindhu. And if they are talking about any kind of rules, Vaishnava rules and regulations, they usually quote Hari Bhakti Vilas. Jiva Goswami in a third canto, in his commentary of Karma and Sandarbha, he says that how does Krishna, eternal Krishna looks like? Varha Pidam Natvar Vapu Karnayo Karnikaram. He says that Krishna of eternal Vrindavan is Natvar Vapu. That is the best form of Krishna, and this is the form of Gaudiyas to meditate upon. Now, can you picture that? You can't. How can you picture that? If any Siddha Mahatma have seen it, and he is very good in painting, in sketching and drawing, and if he paints that, we would know everything, right? How does that Krishna really looks like? Only one instance I know of that Mahatma. In Bhagavad Nivas, there is an entire Govind Leelamrit is being painted by one of the Siddha Mahatma that I have seen how Krishna and Radha looks like, and I am painting him. Now if you want to see how Krishna of eternal Vrindavan looks like, look at him. One of the Siddha Mahatma have painted the Govind Leelamrit. If you want to see how Krishna looks like, see that image. This is Siddha Mahatma is sketching out. But Siddha Mahatma, now fortunately or unfortunately, have never painted or sketched Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for us.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Actually, there is one interesting picture that, as far as you can find information on this, reads original portrait painting of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It was commissioned by Maharaj Prataprudra Dev of Odisha while Mahaprabhu was living in Puridam. As we can see in the picture, we don't see a Mahaprabhu with tilak or with the special ornaments.
So I cannot really tell you how does he really look like in actual, in that way. But I can tell you one thing, that we only accept our 6 Goswamis, Shri Prabodhananda Saraswati, Krishnadas Kaviraj, all these acharyas, Kavi Karnapur, all of these acharyas who have seen, witnessed, Mahaprabhu, seen him, mesmerized by his beauty, by his bhav, and they have spoken in their scriptures how beautiful he looks like. We can take that beauty in our meditation and think about it, or meditate that verse again and again. And one day, by the mercy of Mahaprabhu, he will appear in our self, in our mind, in our man. That is the real image. But technically, if someone wants to understand that, how does he look like? I cannot tell you. That's the very first. Second thing is, how are we really seeing our Krishna, Radha Krishna? Mahaprabhu is Radha Krishna. Now, there are so many forms of Radha and Krishna. In every temple of Vrindavan, he is very different. Because every acharya of any sampradaya or any lineage had a different bhava, and Radha Krishna were very different for all of them. Now, are we accepting him as a Bhagwan? Then Bhagwan always has so many different forms. He maybe is wearing tilak for someone because his scripture is saying. Maybe he has put a tilak just by water also, because it's mentioned in the Shastras that if you don't have the, mud or gopi chandan or anything to put the tilak on, you can just use the water to put the tilak. Now, if we are just based upon how Mahaprabhu looks like by some limited scriptures, or where his beauty or his things are being mentioned, we are denying the fact that he is Bhagwan. We are denying the fact that when he is asking his disciples wear tilak, we are denying the fact that when a teacher is asking his student to wear tilak, and then someone just comes, oh, but Mahaprabhu never used to wear tilak. How can you say that? Otherwise, how is Mahaprabhu? How is an Acharya? How is his God? He comes to establish the Dharma. If he is not following the Dharma, but preaching every other people to follow the Dharma, then he is not God at all. He is not God at all. He is not saving Dharma at all. Vaishnav Dharma, he is not saving. So all of these, researchers, what they are talking about, just based on some, some papers they have studied upon, came on some kind of a conclusion. That's not how the Bhakti world works. Bhakti is above than that. Now, see, why I'm telling you, in every sampradaya, Krishna's tilak is very different. You go to Banke Bihari, his tilak is very different. You come to Radharaman, his tilak is very different. You go to Radha Vallabhji, his tilak is very different. You go to Madan Mohanji, his tilak is very different. You are in a different, and all are the original forms of Krishna. Madan Mohan, Gopinath, Banke Bihari, Radha Vallabh, Radharaman, they are the original forms of Krishna. Now please tell me, if I am meditating Radharaman, or if I am meditating Banke Bihari, every day I am meditating Banke Bihari, when he will come, will he change his tilak? So in a very same way, if we are meditating Mahaprabhu, if someone is meditating him in a Gadadhar Pandit tilak, if someone is meditating him in a Radharaman Parivar tilak, if someone is meditating him in a Shyamanand Parivar tilak, he will appear. He is God. He is God. You can't just, limit him with your own understanding of this mind. He's above than that. He's Sakshat Ishvara. When he is a sadhak, he is worshipping, he is chanting. When he is asking his disciples, then yes, he is wearing tilak. Now, I always talk about this. 125 years Krishna had lived in this life here, right? On this earth. How much do we know? In a one day, 24 hours, if someone was actually writing each and every minute of him, that what was he doing? How many books could have been there? Library even is small. Every day, and he is a Leela Bihari who does Leela every second. Now imagine this. Every conversation he is having, and you start to document it. How many books you need? And we have summarized his entire Leela in 10th canto. In a very same way, Shri Mahaprabhu had his own life. What he says, he does the same. He established the Vaishnava Dharma, and that's why he had manifested here or incarnated here in Kali Yuga for us.